The power of I am. I am. Just cleaning my aura, as I hope that you are also cleansing your aura. I was sitting thinking to myself, I think that I'm going to throw away this pipe. I have like a little pipe that I would sit to the side, that every blue moon I would think like, do I want to smoke or something? Like, do I really need to though? You know what I mean? Is that really me? You know what I mean? A lot of times when we're close to doing things that we can be close to doing things that our higher self points back to us. Hey, that signal us. And make us question, is this really me? Do I really need that? Do I really need to be doing that? You know what I mean? And that's your higher self talking. But yeah, I was just thinking, things that are good for the aura and keeping the aura cleansed, and how important that it is keeping our aura cleansed. Discipline is our best friend. Certain things may be used to help us cope with our vibration. As being a high vibrational being, with being a high vibrational being, we may try to get high so we can feel low. You know what I mean? Feel lower than what we really are, right? Just so it helps us cope with being, amongst just being on earth. You know what I mean? In general, in earthly things, right? So we might try to get high, but to get high for what? When you're already beyond the sky. So why do you need to get high? You are already beyond the sky. So why do you need to get high? To feel earthly. It might help you with grounding. You know what I mean? No shame in anyone's game, as all things come to pass, and things have their seasons, perhaps sometimes. Yeah. But once you've mastered true self, and the key is starting off with self from the get-go and realizing, but sometimes we may go astray, losing ourselves to find ourselves. But yeah, once you've mastered your true self, it's okay. You no longer will cling to such things or find it necessary, for escapism. Yeah, or a need to feel something versus having the courage to reveal something. Let something be revealed to you. So a lot of times we're seeking things that we can feel versus focusing on what can be revealed. And through that revealing is where healing lies, through revealing, and that revelation is where that is. As healing is more of like that revelation. You can cure the wound when you understand the wound and where it lies and where it came from. Yeah. For sure. But, a lot of times things can help us assist in gaining new perspectives. A lot of times things can assist in helping us gain new perspectives. But it's always, and it always will ever be, mind over matter. As you will return from that which you are from, and then you will realize you never needed anything to pull you outside of yourself to teach you yourself when you are just yourself. And that's the power of just being rooted in just oneself. Sometimes we get astray and we forget who we are. You know what I mean? But you don't need anything but, I would say the Most High in self. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the Most High in self, because that's what's going to follow you in this time, in times, in many times, is the Most High in self. That's what's going to be with you beyond just the reality of you being in a physical body, as you ascend and as you transcend beyond physical body. You know what I mean? Beyond realms and realities and galaxies and dimensions and whatever, you know what I mean? But soul is beyond society. Never let anything influence you but you. Your soul is beyond society. Never let anything influence you but you. You will never, and that's what authenticity is about. Never letting anything influence you but you. You will never want for anything, never need for anything, as all things are designed to eventually point you back to you, having you self-reflect to self. Nature naturally replenishes. Abundance is nature. Abundance is nature. Discipline is your best friend. The key is always getting back to self. For the cup can runneth over. for your cup can run over as you pour into yourself, and then when it's out of the cup, I think I got that from it was Ayana Vanzant. I think I'm definitely pronouncing her name wrong, but yeah, she was just saying like fill up your cup first so that it can and then what comes out of the cup is for everyone else, but make sure you fill up your cup. But it's fun. It's like, still like, references in like a biblical sense, how it's like, yeah, my cup runneth over, because obviously when your cup is full, it can runneth over. But that's filling up your cup, and not only just the materialism, and just in multiple ways. How are you taking care of your spirit, and your body, your physicality, and all those things? You know what I mean? So it's not always what we think it's supposed to look like. A lot of times it's in multiple areas and just one. You know what I mean? As physical things and appearances play a lot in a lot of things. As you can tell when we look at someone who's taking great care of themselves. But a lot of times something that just looks like it's a lot of times a happy face is going through a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So it isn't always like what it seems to be, in a sense, not to make it sound cliche. But anyways, the moral of that is just filling up your cup so that it can run it over, and what comes out of the cup is for everyone else, but what's in the cup is yours. You know what I mean? So fill up your cup. That's just in general, with spirit, mind, body, all the above. But yeah, whatever steps we can do to pour into our mind, body, and spirit, etc., that is where true power will ever be. True power will always be beyond a body, but body is, however, a part of the experience. Matter, your mind over matter, and your reality will have no choice but to bow before you in every lifetime, in every galaxy, in every realm of reality, because nothing outside of you is stronger and wiser than you. Never allow anything to play tricks on you or make you believe, or on your mind, or make you believe that you are not worthy or capable of being you, because nobody can or ever will do you better than you. Sometimes fast things come with slow problems. Sometimes slow problems come with fast solutions. So yeah, the power of keeping our aura cleansed, and all of those things, and learning. Yep. I guess that is the message of the day. Who are you really? And in what ways are you pointing back to you? Yeah.